great. Right as we begin, it's just fantastic. We'll see if this is the shortest stream ever. Hey guys, I'm sorry to start on a bad foot, but who knows how long we'll last? We'll find out. So welcome back to Karandrin Role Playing. This is episode 182. My name is Kevin Manus Pennings, also known as Cracked Palantir, and I will be your host and game master for the aforementioned Brise's Tale with Mara, episode 182. And as always, my buddy Max is here to play the beautiful, untalented paladin Brise. And, Max, why don't you say hello to the lovely people?
Yeah, I don't know what Kevin's talking about. My internet's fine. If we go down, just let us know in the comments. Great to see y'all. And, welcome to episode 182.
And Mara is played by my beautiful wife, Karen, and doesn't look a day over 100. And
100 days. 100 days.
That's right. So we are continuing the search for the Mad Woman of the Islands, a healer and visionary, trying to seek advice about how to proceed with a particular issue. Max, why don't you tell us what that issue is? Why are we seeking out the Mad Woman?
Well, Admia is a better person to tell us why we're seeking this woman. Well, it is a problem we have related to an ancient prison that contains the soul of an evil spirit, evil sorceress Verilag, and we know a very corrupt wizard is planning to use the prison to imprison other beings in here, benevolent beings, such as the dragon Garathu. And Mara and Brise have, Brise knows the location of the prison, and Mara came along. We, found the location, found that it was under guard. We know that the spirits are sentient and we could talk with them. But when Mara sought counsel from her goddess Admia, Admia told us not to speak with the spirits. No one should interact with the spirits. Instead, we should seek a wise woman of the north. And through discussion with some paladins of the temple who are also staking out the prison, they thought this possibly refers to the Mad Woman of the Marsh, the Fern Marsh, which isn't too far to the north of where we were currently. So we went back to Alamar, got on a boat, and here we are now at the island, and about to meet the Mad Woman herself.
And Mara, Karen, is there anything you would add to that at all?
We only have a general idea of where to look for her, so we're not quite sure. We're really hoping that the people can lead us. We're gonna have to talk to the people and get them to help us find her.
The guy said he'd make introductions to us.
Okay.
Yeah, but Benakov is our captain. Yes. Our very trustworthy, very slim captain.
Yeah, Benakov is not giving you good, trustworthy vibes, but is going ashore with you and you two and Azrael. Doesn't really suggest taking the horse, so yeah, I mean, you should be landing right at the village or whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. And to that end, we should say that you don't really see a village. There is a single settlement. It's got you can see off from the ship, you can see that there are chickens and pigs that are fenced in, and there are a couple of small hovels, one of which has smoke rising from it. So he has the longboat lowered. Let's talk about what you're taking with you, what you're leaving on the boat, and what are you going to have in your hands.
Well, Brise doesn't trust this guy at all, so she would take everything with her, including all of her sacks with clothing onto the island.
That's so funny. You said all of her sacks, and what I heard was all of her sacks, which, if you don't know, is the neurologist and author who was the inspiration behind Robin Williams' movie Awakenings. And he's got a series of books that detail the most unusual neurological disorders he came across. For instance, a woman who did not believe that the right side of the world existed. So they would bring her food in, and she could see what was on the left side of the plate.
Oh, wow.
But then as they turned around to her bed to give her the tray, she would accuse them of having stolen all the food on that side of the plate.
Wow.
She did not believe that it existed. It just disappeared for her. She could not process that side of the world. It's crazy. So I'd want to get a bunch of his books and read them all. But
we'll bring him along on the boat. We'll diagnose this mad woman and see
I'd try another mad woman.
Where her wisdom comes from.
Karen, what are you going to be taking with you?
I think I'm gonna I mean, she has her hand axes strapped to her legs, right?
Yeah, if you so wish. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take those, and.
But are you taking everything with you? Question one.
I know, that's what I'm trying to like.
You see, Brise does. She's just loading everything onto this boat. She doesn't have much, though. So.
Well, and that's my question. Like, would I take everything off the boat because I don't want him to steal it? Or
you don't want him to get it. He's not going to steal all of it, right? It would be too obvious. But what he and his men go through your things and help themselves to a few goodies, you could not possibly put that past him. So
I don't have any magic to be able to protect my stuff. You know.
I don't think it's a big. I don't think this is a big point, Karen.
Okay. All right. Let's just go.
So everything. What are you taking?
Backpack.
Are you leaving anything?
Aside from the horse, I guess.
Well, I have to leave the stuff that's on the horse because I can't carry it.
Right.
So I'm going to take.
I didn't expect this question to be the one that was really the turning point for the whole story.
All right, everybody. I guess we'll see in a little bit.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to take my backpack. And
all right. Why don't you mark what you're taking?
I'm working on it. Yeah.
You do that. And Brise, what are you going to have in your hands or showing? As
I'll have no weapons. It's just Benikov in the boat with us.
And one rower.
In one rower. That's fine. I'll just be unarmed. But I'll have my weapons are at my belt.
Okay.
And my spear at my back.
In your back.
In his back.
All right, Mara, are you going to have anything in your hands? And are you going to have any weapons showing?
Just I have a quiver on my back. Where is my hand? My
crossbow?
Thank you.
I don't know. You have
That's
to tell
I'm
me.
looking. I'm looking.
This may be the most riveting start to an episode.
What are they going to carry next time on Karandrin?
Oh, it only took us 4 episodes to determine Mars disposition of goods.
Then we get to the shore, and then what are they going to leave on the boat? Oh no! Not
Right. You're gonna do all this, and then she's not there. Like there's a note.
Right.
How long are we going to wait?
Exactly.
I'm so sorry. This is so hard. I don't understand. I'm taking my. Oh my god. What? Sorry. Listen. Okay. I'm taking. Okay.
Huge ratings.
Okay. I'm taking
Huge
my
subscriber base.
I'm taking my hand axes because they're strapped to me. I'm leaving my crossbow and my shield and my quiver. Is this a divorce? Are we divorcing now? Is it? Are we over?
It would take you so long to divvy our goods in a divorce. There's no way.
Let's throw them one by one.
All right. I'm taking those are I have them marked. I'm ready to go.
Okay, but what's in your hands?
Nothing.
What weapons are showing?
Nothing is in my hands. My hand axes are strapped to my legs.
Okay, and you've got a quiver. You've got a quiver.
I'm not taking my quiver. I'm not taking my bow, my crossbow.
Okay.
Just my hand axes. Oh, and I guess a dagger.
And what's great is now all of the items are now antiques. And so greatly increased in value. Unfortunately, the mad woman is now dead due to old age.
I see.
And now, but conveniently, you can now walk because the oceans have dried up. It's been so long.
You're only making it worse, Kevin.
Okay, sorry. What I meant to say is you get on the boat with the aforementioned goods.
Oh my god.
And a woman appears at the shore watching you approach. Oh, Quinn's here.
He's now antique as well.
That's right. There. Sorry, where's my boom? There we go. The female woman steps out of the hovel.
Did you just say female woman?
A female human, sorry. That's funny. I do have it as female human woman in my notes. Isn't that hilarious? So genders have changed in the eons, but the middle age has some height to her. Short red hair with beads. John, in some strands of her hair, there are beads. Some braiding. Excuse me. She's wearing sort of a simple frock. But it looks like she has like woven seaweed into like belts and bandoliers. As you get closer, you can see that there are seashells affixed to her clothing here and there. And the residents of those seashells are still present and crawling about her. She watches you warily. Banikoff turns and says, just stay in the boat until I gesture.
Okay.
You know, we don't want to overwhelm her. So Where is? There we go. Um, he does say that she likes to be referred to as just healer or my lady.
Okay.
So after a good while, you land on the shore. Banikoff leaps off, speaks to her in hushed tones. She is watching you very warily. A large black bear makes its appearance known. This is where they're talking is downshore from you, a little bit to your right. The bear appears to the left and it sits on its haunches. It's quite a ways away, but it has an eerie, intelligent stare at you guys. She looks around Banikoff, the mad woman of the Isles, and she nods at the bear. And the bear shuffles off into the woods.
Okay.
Banikoff turns and gestures for you guys to come forward.
Okay. I'll step off the boat onto the ground.
I follow.
You reach Banikoff's position. He steps aside, gestures, and gives your names. And the healer looks you over without saying anything. Banikoff says, these two youngsters are seeking knowledge. Alas, I must make for Jilping in an hour or so, and dock there. And she looks you two over. She looks at Banikoff and says, in thanks, bring the rest of their gear, including the horse. There'll be company with me and Susha tonight.
I'll say, surely, lady, we'll just maybe need an hour of your time, and then we'll see if, we don't mean to impress on you.
You'll be my guest.
Oh, yes, we would certainly love your hospitality. We'd be very gracious for your hospitality.
Guess we're stuck on the Fern Marsh for...
Well, not the Fern Marsh, one of the islands.
Oh, that's right. We're not even on the mainland.
Right.
We're not even on a boat. We're on an island.
That's right.
All right.
Banikoff protests and says, the horse will be fine on my boat. She gives him I'm sure it will be. Look. And she says, the horse and all of their gear. And he sighs and says, yes, my lady. Calls to the guide, gives those instructions. Both of you roll for me.
88.
25.
So the boatman nods, and begins rowing back to the ship. The mad woman of the islands gestures you to some crude seats outside of her hovel.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, maybe some tea while we wait for the rest of your gear.
Certainly. You certainly put him in his place.
Well, he's still there with you.
Oh, never mind. I don't say that.
All right.
Take that back.
Takesy backsies.
Yeah, we'll take a seat.
She brews tea over the little fire. Comes out with very chinked and worn wear, but they were at one time very expensive. They were, both of you from your backgrounds, you know that these were really nice cups at one point. Like really nice.
Mm-hmm. I'd also like to have Azrael just scout around her hovel just to see what's around.
Out for the bear.
She reaches down and scratches Azrael and pops him back in your lap.
Okay.
And says to Azrael, there's no need for your mistress to fear. Susha would have handled any harm that I would want to do to you, and no cat can stop Susha.
All right.
Susha and the bear.
Susha and the bear.
Sounds
Susha
like
is the bear? Question mark.
No,
the
it sounds
bear.
like Masha and the bear.
Oh, I got you. Have you ever watched Masha and the Bear, Max?
No.
Oh, it's a cartoon about this little girl who's befriended by a bear. It is so stinking funny because the bear's trying to take care of this little girl who just comes and visits him, is the idea we get anyway. And it just, she just keeps getting in just trouble that just keeps it in the bear just hurt. But if you cross the little girl, like if you try to harm the little girl, that bear does not broker that at all.
Yeah.
It's very sweet little cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So you sit and Banikoff sits and takes a drink. She looks at you two and asks where you're each from and why you're so armed coming to her little island.
I'll let well, I guess I'll start off. Brise will say we were told, we received divine counsel that told us to seek you out, or at least seek a woman who seemed to match your description, a wise woman of the north, for a certain matter regarding spirits.
And as to our clothes and our armaments, I guess, this is how we usually look. We just change it when we go into town.
What business are you in that requires such weapons?
We seek adventure and purging the world of evil influence and
There are a great many evil things that wish to do harm to us and others in the wilderness.
She nods. Banikoff is, kind of taken aback at, it's kind of looking at you both with a new kind of, in a new light. Oops. And go ahead.
to say Her Holiness, I was going to say to her, my lady, Her Holiness Admia gave me counsel, and we believe you can provide the answers we seek.
Both of you roll.
Yeah, so we're settled. Yeah.
So she turns to Banikoff and says, "Does it work for your schedule to pick them up in the morning?" He just nods toward the shore and says, "I'll just be in Jilping. We'll be unloaded and loaded tonight." But my load's not pressing. I can be here in the morning. Good, Banikoff. That will do. You can go.
Okay.
And Banikoff rises, nods to you both, scans the woods for Susha, and then gets back on the boat, and they row away. I'm sorry to delay our business, but Banikoff will trade information at a drop of a hat.
I was worried about that as well. You have a way of handling him, for sure.
He knows my worth. He is yet to know my wrath, but he knows my worth.
Well, we are grateful.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We are grateful for your kindness.
Have you eaten?
Yes.
That's what I need. A question mark answer.
Yes, we ate a simple meal, but we have not had dinner.
She gestures for you to sit. She rises. Wrong button. She comes back with smoked ham, some sort of greens, and they've been tossed in raw egg and cooked, so they're kind of battered, and there are little berries among the greens. And she brings you guys 2 plates, refills your tea. She comes and sits with you. And while you eat, she says, "What is this matter of spirits that brings you to me?"
Well,
I look at Brise.
there is. Are you familiar with the concept of a soul prison, or have heard of something like that before?
There are tales of such.
Okay. Well, I know of one. I encountered one, and it holds the spirit of an evil sorceress. Now that knowledge has leaked to some powerful individuals, one of whom is now seeking to use the prison, convert the prison to his own own designs to trap some benevolent beings, beings that have, are standing in his way of his plans. He has guards set up around this prison, and it's dangerous even to approach for fear of undoing the shackles on the creature already trapped within it. So we mainly would want to know if there's a way to prevent this evil wizard from using the prison to his own purposes, or a way to deactivate the prison to keep it safe from use by someone else.
My heart tells me that there's no way that benevolent spirits would allow a benevolent being to be trapped. But I speak from intuition, not firsthand knowledge.
Right. This is what the temples of the mainland said as well. Although perhaps with strong magic, they could, it could be reversed. Right.
Then your owner of the prison would have to seek out a necromancer.
Okay.
Well, I think they have. Isn't that our buddy Oshekra?
No, Ashekra is the owner of the lake.
Right.
He's not well, they may have access to one, given the owner's.
Right. I'll bring up the name. The wizard who has purchased, the land around the lake is known as Oshekra.
Everybody roll.
61.
Is it open-ended, both?
Yes.
Mine is 37.
Nice. Nicely done.
I am Oshekra's aunt.
She definitely sits more upright and considers the matter. There are two necromancers that I have heard whispered about in the area. One lives in the northeast marshes of the Great Fern Marsh. Let's see. I should use my roller. I shouldn't bother going anywhere else. Her name is Jagdala.
You said it's in the north marshes?
northeast marshes, which would put it close to the Old Coast Road. She is human. But keeps herself very, very covered. Cloaked figure. If ever you've heard of one, then this is the epitome of one. And of course, that suggests very, very uncomfortable things. Specifically, that she's begun to transform herself into an undead. What's the date in game?
The 14th of October. Getting close to Halloween. Uh-oh.
That's right.
You know what happens on the 31st? All the necromancers come out to party.
That's right. The other one. I'm sorry, go ahead, baby.
You said the 18th?
No, the 14th.
14th. Sorry, I just didn't go back far enough in my notes to pull up the date. Okay.
The other. Let's go to the roller. A human living actually in Alamar. And I missed that totally. Why did it not click? No one knows. His name is Berra, Berra. Supposed to spend time not in seclusion at all, though he must have some lair in which he practices his arts.
What is the opposite of not in seclusion?
Social. Baby, roll for me.
That's you, Max.
That's hilarious.
39.
Okay. I have heard only that he is human. And what about his age? Some age to him. And his he has neck length graying red beard.
Oh.
Okay.
But he does not, as I said, hide in distant realms and surround himself with henchmen.
Right.
If
But
he doesn't
again-
hide, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But again, he must have a lair somewhere. He must have some sort of base in which he can practice his arts without the eye of society upon
Right.
him.
I wonder if he's so social, do people know about his skills and his arts?
Of course not.
Okay.
I mean, you would know that, right? There are very few specialties, or what other games call classes or professions or whatever, that one, that are even called that by that name, but secondly, that have any sort of moral judgment on them inherently. And so, like, clerics and paladins are known by that professionally because they're trained professionally to be that, and they generally have a positive outlook upon them, right? Because um, people believe that religion is a positive force. Um, on the other side of that, um, the more negatively viewed, even if it's not true, like even if they're really not practicing the arts, is witch and necromancer, where the word itself conjures up negative connotations for society. And so you would just keep that hidden, keep it to yourself, which is very easy to do. All you have to do is take off your gown, put on some normal clothes, take off your robes, I mean, dress in a normal dress. I mean, Mara, you walk around temples, all day, and no one knows that you're a accomplished martial artist. A fellow fighter might go, okay, she is an athlete, carries herself like she's ready for action. But even then, to peg you as a martial artist per se is not really possible, because these are human constructs or game constructs, right? You're you're a mage. Well, that covers anybody who uses magic, except for cleric. That's really what that means. Even though the game says, okay, well, there's all these specializations, the society is unaware of the game terms that are labeled on each other, with a few exceptions. Witch, necromancer, cleric.
For sure, though, him living in the city, yeah, does mean he would have a good way of staying hidden, keeping his arts hidden,
right,
better than someone who lived in the wilderness, right?
Right. And, all he has to do is, well, not turn someone into a zombie. And he's doing great.
I don't know, Kevin, that's really tough to do. If you could turn anyone into a zombie.
That's right.
Right. He could just not transport.
Teleport.
Teleport.
Right.
Inside wherever he lives, no one would
Right.
know. And yeah.
Right. So, it's funny because you don't see it a lot in a lot of the fantasy I've played and observed. You're like, oh, I'm a wizard, which means I'm going to go in a tower and work on this. No, I'm not, because I like chocolate, and chocolate does not grow in my tower. So I'm going to go spend 6 months in Alamar eating rich desserts and having sex. And so there's 6 months where their skills aren't used, right? And it's because they're just human. They're not these sort of robots like they are in a lot of other games, where the term applied to them means they all have to act this way. No, they
You're saying I could just quit my job, spend 6 months eating chocolate and having sex.
Yes.
Just do that today. That's what wow. All right.
Yeah.
Alex, I'll just close out of the stream then.
Peace out. That's all right.
Yeah, it becomes Mara's tale with Brise ? That's how
Brise occasionally pops in. I'm just
6 months out of the year.
And
then,
you've Max, you've actually gained weight.
What?
Max has actually gained weight. Like, oh.
All right.
So back to the conversation. Those
back
are
to the conversation at hand.
Necromancers you've heard of in the region. I confirm.
They do not even often attend the wizards' councils, as they know how their profession is viewed by their colleagues.
Right.
Where will you go now? I'm afraid I've not been of much help.
What else could we ask her? So we know that Oshekra could just bring someone else in as well.
You mean a necromancer?
Yes. Yeah, I'm more worried that Oshekra will hire anyone he chooses from his own, domain, and then bring someone to the soul prison itself.
Well, keep in mind. So, yay, I'm a necromancer, but here's 5,000-year-old magic that has been designed to keep an extremely powerful
Right.
mage, much more powerful than a Oshekra.
Right.
You know, so it's not going to be an easy deal to strike.
Right.
Because
nor will it be like a single visit. It might take time.
Right. Because he's got to convince the person. He's got to strike the deal too. Like, what makes it worth all this risk? You don't think there are guards against, as in magical guards against this tampering? And you think those guards are going to be, they're not going to be a slap on the wrist when you set one off.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever it is he goes to, they have to be very good. And he has to make it really worth risking their life.
I'll ask her, of the two necromancers, do you know which one is more skilled in their arts? Seems more of the choice.
I do not. But there is a fellow healer some days north of here, also living on the islands. He, just as I do, we tend the local villages, help them with their problems, and they provide us a living.
Is there, though, a way to... you said you felt like the spirits would not entrap something that itself was benevolent. But is there a way to speak to the spirits to keep them from, or at least to get a better idea of the person, the soul that's trapped there, and how we can try to make sure that she doesn't escape again, and that, to somehow secure this soul prison against any other type of...
Your goddess advised us not to speak to the spirits, and no one should speak to the spirits.
She said we should not speak to the spirits. Well, no one. We should seek the person in the north, right?
Well, before that, it was no one should speak with the spirits. Whether that means no one in the group or no one at all, right? Maybe there is a person.
If there was somebody, a woman to the north.
What do your notes say?
It says no one should speak to the spirits. I ask if there is anyone. I think I understood it to be that no one here should try to speak. No one at the group at the time should try to speak to the spirits.
Okay.
Then it was, is there anyone? My next question was, there anyone who can speak to the spirits? And Admia said we should seek the wise. There is someone to the north. And that's where I got the vague sense that she was in the wild, the outdoors. And we thought the Fern Marsh. And then we talked to Canal about who that might be and who we might seek to the north. So that's why, so that's what I have written down. But
so the question would be, what would it take? Like, would she come back with you to speak to the spirits?
Mm-hmm.
She again visibly straightens. And she says, there is no way that I will pit myself against Oshekra.
Hmm.
I will advise you. And I expect some payment even for this advice. But I will not pit myself against Oshekra.
We will be more than happy to give you
Compensate you.
a gift of for your wisdom. Whatever. Compensate you. Sounds so sterile.
It's general. That's why I chose it. You assume a gift. She doesn't want a gift.
Right. We'd be more than happy to pay you for this service you are offering.
We'll be more than happy to butter you up, is what Kevin's trying to say.
What do you need? How much do you want? Brise will pay you.
What? Brise is generous. I can't even play that card.
You can only play the poverty card, which you're doing really well. We sort of got off track about the other individual.
You mentioned another healer, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Did I roll him up? I can't even
Well,
remember.
we just know that we don't know which one is more powerful. He's the one that doesn't know. We got it, didn't we?
No. Kevin was talking about another healer on an island to the north, and then you asked about the question if she could come visit the spirits.
Wait, we have Jagdala.
No, those are the necromancers.
And then we have Bara.
Yes.
Who lives in Alamar.
Right, there's the two necromancers.
There's one more? Did I
No, not another necromancer. This is someone that she would advise you seek out if you're
right, wise person.
Right.
Whatever.
Can I do a miracle? Ask for a miracle roll here.
Sure.
Now, this other healer is, I don't know how we, I guess, put this in, but she is somehow connected with the creation of the prison and would know.
At 5,000 years old.
I know. It's a miracle roll.
I mean, it's an elf. It could be an elf.
But you don't have I would leave yourself a note to do that one, because even if it were true, how would that information be revealed to you in the proper this setting?
You're right. I was gonna say, as she's telling us about the healer, she's like, yeah, but I mean, she would have said that first if when we mentioned it.
That's so weird. They rolled exactly the same thing. Weird. So this individual to the north lives on an island off the coast of I'm drawing a blank on the port's name. Morgrim. Do not be put off by the fact that he is a very large orc. His name is Brondauer. Brondaur.
Brondauer.
Brondauer has occasional contact with the Council of Wizards that often meet in Morgrim.
Okay.
Um, he will take guests. He is fond of spirits and ales, and he would welcome that as a gift.
Okay.
Does he have?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Does he particularly like orc made brewed ales and spirits? Do you know?
He does, particularly sea orc, which makes him one of the big orcs. He knows of Oshekra. He will be cautious, but he can at least advise you as to how to proceed regarding the question of necromancers.
Okay.
He may also be willing to pass word to the council of what Oshekra is doing.
Okay. Would Brise happen to know if Fraldrum has already warned this council of Oshekra's plans? I know she had mentioned the council with Korakyle. I don't think she'd mentioned any other specific councils.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So I don't think it's been mentioned to you that she's spoken with
Right.
them.
Whether she has or not, we don't know. Yeah.
Right. And it may be that she doesn't know how to reach them.
Right.
The councils will have overlap just because, if you imagine.
Right. They're not like political boundaries. Yeah.
Right. If you imagine them just as a radius, some of the radiuses will overlap. And so a wizard who's enough, who has enough interest in, okay, what's going on in my neighborhood so I don't get caught up in it, could be a member of 2 or even 3 councils just to say,
Right.
everything okay, everything all right, I'm going to be opening gates to other worlds. So if you got a problem with it, speak up now, or otherwise I'm opening gates to other worlds,
Yeah.
Or there's going to be lights to the west, and you should know that those will be my doings, and not to be alarmed, and sure as hell don't come looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sort of these little UNs where powerful beings try to stay out of each other's way and air grievances before they escalate to, 2 weapons of mass destruction meeting each other.
Okay.
Should we take a break in the middle of this conversation?
And have some more things to ask her.
All right. So, gang, just hang with us. We're going to go stretch our legs and refill our drinks, and we'll be right back with you. Hi, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us. Let's get our intrepid heroes back here. There they are, intrepid and heroic as we.
Intrepid.
They're in the middle of
I've always seen it as intrepid. It's intrepid, isn't it? Okay.
intrepid. It is.
Intrepid.
And so they are in the middle of a conversation with the madwoman of the islands.
Right. So she's told us about another healer who might be willing to involve himself a little more. I would, like to ask, I understand Oshekra is very dangerous. Have you been involved with, what way have you been involved with him in the past? Or what have you known about him?
Oh, you came here seeking advice, not a history lesson.
Oh, that's right. She was about to give us advice. Yeah.
No, but she, that's what you're here for, and she's telling you she's not gonna dip her toe into that mess.
Right. Right.
He is simply ruthless, and I do not have the power to stand against him. If you can find some much less direct way for me to help you, then I will consider it.
What does that mean?
Well, for instance, she's giving you advice. I mean, because, right? She's directing you to someone else who might have more direct knowledge and that sort of thing. But direct involvement, she is not pleased to, she doesn't want to be seen by the shepherd.
Well, my lady, we both, Brise and I, have met Oshekra and have had different experiences with him. And you know him, I think, in the same way I do, as ruthless, murderous, conniving. I assume that, but it seems to be that way from your, your implications. And so, what do you suggest we do? We are, we are not without talents, but we are not anywhere near Oshekra, and we have resources, but like my dear friend Horiatus can no longer fight and has died, has passed away. And so we can seek out some counsel, but perhaps of something else that we can do.
Horiatus is dead.
Yes. Some months ago. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you.
That is a blow.
Yes. I think if he were still alive, we could be using his counsel. But here we are with the sad truth of him being gone.
Oshekra has many enemies, many who would delight to see him foiled and especially humiliated. There is a disgraced paladin in Morgrim who argued through the temples that Oshekra should not be included in any of the councils, and that the temples in Morgrim should have as little to do with Oshekra as possible. Do not mention my name to him. him. I should roll the person up before I give a gender. Hang on. Well, we're getting it is a him. I heard a hiccup.
Sorry. Because I ate.
I like how she's like, do not mention my name to him. We don't know your name, lady. So,
That's true. We don't know you. Unless you want to tell us your name.
He is a half dwarf. He has fought politically and physically with Oshekra in the past.
Wow.
But I will warn you that he will be willing to take tremendous risks, perhaps more than are necessary.
Okay.
What is this paladin's name?
Lanok, Lannok.
And what god does he serve?
Roll for me.
2.
Astalon.
All right.
He has spent considerable resources learning about Oshekra, contacts, abilities, past exploits.
Okay.
He is broken with the temples because of their perceived inaction.
Mm.
It might be best for you to pursue him through messages only.
Mm.
Surely he still has contacts at the Temple of Astalon in Morgrim, and maybe discreet inquiries there could find where he's residing. Not that he is particularly secretive,
Right.
but it is a large city.
Okay.
But he will put you at risk if he thinks it has a chance. He'll put himself at risk
Right.
if he thinks there's a chance of thwarting Oshekra. I hesitated to mention him only because of the danger he represents to himself and others.
Mm.
Do you know, my lady, do you recall His student, his apprentice?
What was his name?
I was so hoping you would remember.
Heridas Jr.
Let me see if I can.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it too.
We read it when we were looking over your
I
notes.
know. Okay, so here's. I thought I'd put this marker at the spot where the Shekra was, but maybe I didn't.
He has many apprentices, many of whom have now come into their own power.
We fought alongside his apprentice, or he helped us when Heriotis, this one particular apprentice, when Heriotis died, preparing Heriotis's lab or whatever to keep Oshekra out.
Well, there are many other apprentices, as I've mentioned. Why would you seek this one out?
Because he knows me. And perhaps he could help us be a liaison as well to the Wizards Council. That's all. I was hoping your influence or your your acquaintances may have reached that far.
Several of his students, former students, went to the Southern Wilds to continue their research. But there is one in Alamar. In the city itself, who might give you an audience. I don't know, why am I so bad at finding where this app is? I don't know what my problem is. She is called Avellus, Avellus. She lives in the city, though I know not where. I do know that she researches the merfolk that live in the bay.
Okay.
You said that's an apprentice of this late wizard Horatius?
Heriotus,
Heriotus.
Hiatus.
Horatio Addis.
No, that is not how it's spelled.
Horatio us.
Whore. Hiatus.
Oh, I got a case of that for sure.
Oh, God. You have told us many things, my lady. I'm not sure what else we can ask.
I would, speak aloud. I say, I think the plan then is to seek out this man, Lanok. He seems to be at least our largest resource we could leverage against Oshekra. I mean, if he doesn't know about the soul prison, he would definitely devote his time and energy to finding out about it.
Might be useful if you can sick Lanok on some necromancers who might be in Oshekra's circle.
True. Right.
And then you guys can stand back and let him handle that however he wants to handle that. You guys just stir the pot, step on back and let it cook.
Okay.
Well, look at each other. Don't look at me. You guys have to make decisions.
I mean, yeah, I say that aloud, and I look at Mara. Does that seem like our next course of action?
I think so.
Okay. To Morgrim it is then.
Perhaps now we can just sit and enjoy the evening.
Not until we settle payment.
Of course.
Here is a horse.
And a former boatload of goods. Now it's just a
And
short.
here's a cat. Here's a cat.
That's my familiar. I have to
snack.
stay on this island forever now.
No. Mara's like, I don't have a cat for you. I do have a complete cat skin for you, however. Here you go.
Well, Brise, how much do you think we should give her?
She's not asked for money. She's setting her payment.
Oh.
That's why I
What?
had you use the word compensate, not gift.
Oh. What do you seek for compensation, my lady?
When you are at the Temple of Aston in Morgrim, there is a priest there. And I will give you a note and an envelope filled with a simple item of jewelry. You are to see to it that he gets this note and that he knows it is from me. He will be difficult to make contact with as he's very high up. He is an elf, as you might expect in Morgrim. Man, I am generating people left and right.
I know we've introduced to a lot of new characters this session.
His name is Shavot, Shevott.
Shabbat Shalom.
And you are to give it and see to it that it reaches his hands. Put it in his hands yourself if you must. To ease any concerns you have, he is an honorable man. He will mean you no harm. He may question you, and there is nothing here that you can't discuss with him. You can tell him all about our meeting, the reason for your meeting. There is nothing to be afraid of in that regard. That is hilarious. One of the things I roll for people is like, especially because I don't know if they're going to be adventurers or if they're going to be like townsfolk, civilians, if you will. and one of the things I roll is, okay, at their profession, butcher, mage, whatever it is, how good are they? He rolled a 1. So I wouldn't have him heal you or anything. Or I wouldn't have him pray over you. He'd probably
Almost
go
a
back.
lot of spells. Let's just put it that way.
That's right.
In what city are we seeking him in?
Morgan
I know we're
as well.
Morgan. Okay.
Yeah. Same place you're going to seek Lanark.
If we were to bring up your name, will that help us get an audience with him?
She smiles kind of coolly and leans back. She says, I have not used my name in 30 years. I doubt it would mean anything to him. So simply refer to me as the mad woman of the islands. Man, I'm doing a lot of typing too for these database entries.
Well, we will certainly put this envelope into his hands.
Well, she hasn't given it to you yet. She's got to
Well,
write it out.
we will put that envelope
Oh, I got you. The
in
envelope.
his hands. Yes.
Got you.
By any means necessary.
That's right. That's right. Well, we shoved it into his bleeding hands. And was that good? I don't know. Should we have done something else?
Okay. Note.
You're welcome to spend the night with me here, but there is time enough for me to row you to Gipling, and you could possibly catch a boat headed to Morgram there. Look at each other, because you got a plan. You have to agree on the plan.
I'm thinking about.
Shit.
What is you said? It's kind of like a hovel, is where she is, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
clean?
I have a tent that we can set up if we wanted to stay.
Well, it's a mild evening.
What's the
she
name?
would-
Gil what?
Gipling.
Why was I off? Okay.
She tells you there's no inn in Gipling. It's a handful of hovels itself.
Okay.
But for a very few coin, a family would be more than happy to take you in, especially if you show no weapons.
Brise, I'm kind of thinking that maybe we should stay here.
I think so too.
My
We can go
tent.
back-
We can just use my tent. You know.
We can go back to Alamar in the morning and then get a boat to Morgram that same day.
Whichever direction we need to go. Right.
Right.
So there is, so, you guys just have the evening to relax. The food was surprisingly good given the simplicity of the fare. There's certainly a secretiveness about her that is a little off-putting because you're like, either we're safe or we're not, darling. I mean,
I know.
I think the fact that you're women puts her at ease. So let's talk about sort of just general categories of conversation that you'd be interested in. And I'll roll for those and then we'll put you to bed basically. And then we'll see where we stand in terms of time for the rest of the stream.
Okay.
Mara's interested in healing and learning more about those arts or skills. So I think I'd like to ask her some questions about that, or if she has any suggestions about herbs that are in the area, that kind of thing.
She lights a torch or takes out a brand from the fire and gestures you to walk with her along the shore, both of you. Should open my other database. She says that, understandably, land dwellers, people who live further from the coast, forget that seaweed itself can have curative properties. This is a different look. Where are we in right now? Huh. Wait, maybe it's in here. And so she points to these blue growths on seaweed that you find on the shore. She says they keep for several days. Cut the blue growths off. They are a plant in and of itself. We call them sailor's spots. She shows you just cut them off of the main seaweed growth, and you eat them, or you can rub them on a wound to reduce pain.
Would you call that an herb or a plant? What would you say that is?
I'm going to call it an herb.
Okay.
So bad about this. She says it grows up and down the coast. She's heard of it even growing as far south as the Black Bay, which is basically the bottom of the axiom. She cuts inland and digs up sort of an unremarkable plant with very small, I mean, smaller than your fingernail, green leaves, and knocks off the dirt, washes it in the sea, and there's the root there. She says throwing, chips of this root into a fire will produce a smoke through which you can gain clarity. But I will warn you, many, yourself included, may find it very off-putting, and there are plenty who frown about its use.
Mhm.
But, oops, wrong one. But it's called Kepler root.
Clarity as in clarity of the mind, or clarity as in idea of how to proceed?
The ability to solve problems and see the future.
Okay.
It grows as far as the boundary of the Elven states. This is the southernmost region of its range.
Mm.
So it should be, smoked. You can put in a little brazier. It's best if you don't have sharp implements on you. People have been known to harm themselves.
How long does the clarity last?
The visions will last 2 to 4 hours generally.
Mm.
She talks sort of generally about, she's not much for stories. It's sort of very matter of fact, but she shows you things like on your elbow and on your knee, like where to feel for certain injuries. Like this is how it should feel normally. If it's out of joint, you'll feel it protruding. You guys make your way back to the hovels, her little settlement.
Mm-hmm.
Other topics you want to raise?
I have a question. I texted you something, Kevin, and then
Phone's too quiet.
And then check this next thing that I'm texting you.
Okay. Anything else you want to ask? What about Brise? You got anything you want to ask?
Yeah, Breeze would like to ask about creatures of the islands. More about, you said mermaids as well, and that piqued her interest.
I've had very little contact with what I call the red scales.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, very cautious, but they do come up on shore occasionally. Sight of a weapon will send them scurrying. They do not like confrontation, and they do not trust us. But I've healed one. Oh, it had to be 8 years ago. They seem to be able to survive outside of water for several days. And once she and I were certain that I had bound its fin properly such that the water would not simply wash away and undo my work, then she provided me a lovely set of 3 pearls and swam away. My contact with them has been somewhat better. Perhaps I gained a reputation, but still, it's very far and in between that I get to see even more than a pair every several months. It could be a year sometimes before I see them.
Do they come to you for healing? Or is it just in passing that you see them?
I usually come across them walking the shorelines, and they'll either be on the shoreline or returning from the interior of the island, sort of making this hopping gait on their fins. Or I'll see them out a few hundred yards in the water, and I always wave, and then I try not to watch them too closely and go about my business. It took some time to teach Susha that they are no threat. They are such unusual creatures.
Susha is quite extraordinary.
I do not know what fortune earned me such a companion. I've used my arts on her very little, but she is very loyal. Swam here from the mainland and has shown no signs of wanting to return. I suspect she swims occasionally to the mainland to hunt marsh deer and that sort of thing, but I've not had to tell her once to stay out of the chicken coop or the hog pen. The worst trouble I have there are foxes who swim from the other islands. Man, I cannot remember maybe remember the worms that Josh encountered in the ocean. I can't remember what they're called.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
Definitely wouldn't remember that.
Susha.
How long have Susha been with you?
8 years.
It's like when people are like, how old is your dog? And they say 14 or something. Oh, they've been with you a long time. 8 years. Oh, they're doing so well for their age.
How will you bear his loss? I just don't know.
What's your vet bill like?
What's your vet bill?
Monthly.
They keep getting eaten. I don't know. The bill and the vets.
So okay. Okay. Maybe I'm thinking about your response, baby. Maybe it's Karen wanting to do more than Mara. So.
In regard to what?
My question that I sent you.
Oh, why is my phone not lighting up?
No, you already answered it.
Oh, okay.
I was saying it's maybe more of a Karen thing than a Mara thing.
Right.
So.
If you had something that would make her life easier, that might be seen as more of a token of appreciation, like a lantern with some oil, because she's human. She can't see in the dark. If you've got spare torches, that might be easier than grabbing a brand every now and then, Anything else we want to touch on?
Mara needs to do her nightly
but with the conversation.
No.
Nothing more from Brise.
Okay. So, the evening winds down. She says, let's get you settled. All three of you sort of grab the gear and lead the horse and so on. And she puts the horse in with the hogs. She says, I'll take you to the library where it's dry. Your gear would be fine in either hovel, though the one with the smoke is actually a smoking hut where I smoke the hog meat. But you're also welcome to take it in. I just take it inland. I just know that it's a bit of a hike, and it's quite a lot of gear.
Well, can we put most of it on the horse, or is it all?
Well, but the horses needs to be kept in the pen.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that. Well, then how much of it is for both of us to carry? Still a lot, or?
Well, the horse has to be unsaddled and ungeared for the night.
So
otherwise, you'll get sores if you leave stuff on.
Let's just stay in the library.
Well, yes, she's telling you that's what's happening.
Do we want to carry all our stuff over there, or are we fine with leaving it in the smoking house?
Or in the other hovel.
Right.
She's pointing to the other hovel, which is probably where she sleeps.
Okay.
Which I know you're slow to trust, but you both are.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take inventory in the morning of my stuff. So I don't mind leaving my stuff in her hovel. I'll volunteer that.
And Mara,
who has loads of equipment.
Disposition of goods. Oh God, here we go.
I'm gonna leave it with the hovel.
Okay.
With Hava.
Hava.
All right. So sets in her hovel. You set your stuff in your hovel. She, you guys grab whatever you need for the night. You walk through a well-trodden path. There is smallish, very snugly built building. A couple of 100 yards from the shore. Trail is easy to follow. And there's a mat of like rushes and things like that. And you see her scrub her feet very carefully on it. Opens the door. And
the monster comes out.
It's dry and warm. And she said, anywhere is fine. There's no fire, but it's a very tightly built building.
Okay.
Thank you.
So she says you're welcome to look through the books, so long as your hands are clean. She sets down a couple of pails of water, and she nods to you both and turns and leaves without a word.
All right.
Mara goes, you're going to do your reading for the night. All right, baby, roll it up.
57.
Well, that's all you need. Oh, we have to back up, though. You have to roll again. What are you asking?
That's what I was going to say. Like, did she text to you?
Just a general sense of the day, or the
The
general
following
sense.
The next day.
Yeah, the next day, or the evening. The time to come.
All
300.
future.
No.
Between now and tomorrow.
Okay. It's Admia is being very quiet tonight. So she comes in, sort of dejected, tosses her chimes on her bedroll. Stupid God.
Who took the wind out of your sails?
Nah, out of your time.
Chimes.
Um,
Sorry. Not good to make fun of religions unless it's all of them.
exactly. Anything else we need to do, and then we can roll your waking up in the morning
Oh yeah.
for tomorrow. No?
I was just wondering though, like, does Mara feel like she needs to work out or whatever, like
Sure. If you want to go outside and stretch and do your sort of daily practices.
yeah. I think she would like to do that.
So you say to Brise, so you don't leave her robotically.
Hey, I'm gonna go do some of my super secret, no one can watch me exercises. So stay here. Just kidding.
So,
I'm just gonna go do
for
some
it,
of
girl.
my my
stretches
routine.
and stay in shape, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back in a few. So out she goes, comes back some minutes later, and I think that is where we will leave off. Another episode down the.
I did want to make. I had a joke cooking.
Yeah,
I
do it.
We fall asleep and then I wake up and we haven't even gotten on the island yet, and Mara's still going through each item. She's like, God,
This was all a dream, punctuated by the sorting of goods in a backpack.
Alas, we did actually get through well.
That's right. So, well, gang, there we go. Thanks for watching. That was episode 182 in the books. We'll be back next week with 183. We'll see that our adventurers travel to Morgrim somehow, the elven port, and see if they can find this headstrong half-dwarf who is a paladin, an enemy of Oshekra's. If you think we're doing a good job, then please like and subscribe. If you think we're doing a great job, then hop the donor box and send us a little love. Max always does a great job on his YouTube channel where he discusses the role of music and original soundtracks in video games. And Karen is part of Contemporary Chorale here in the Dallas area, and you should check out their performances online, and if you're in the area, then in person. And what's that website, Davey?
thecontemporarychorale.org.
There you go. So Max, say goodbye to the lovely people.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We will see you next Wednesday.
And Mara, get rid of these people.
Peace out, yo. We'll see you next week.
That's right. Thanks, everyone.